Good afternoon, welcome to Sydney Parade, and I hope welcome back to a few of you. We're here now for the second of today's double headers, our fourth game of cricket this weekend at Sydney Parade, and this time the equation is clear. If Pembroke win this game against North Kildare thirds, they are into the semi-finals. I haven't got a number for this game yet. But elsewhere in the Premier League, Malahide have lost a third wicket, so they're now 58 for 3 off 15 overs, chasing, well, they need another 210 to beat Pembroke. Clontarf need another 70. They've 5 wickets left and half their overs left. But meanwhile here at Sydney Parade, the game is underway. Ranjay Dubey to open the bowling.
Oh yeah, somebody did that actually.
And then not move them back when they'd finished.
No, just cut them just off the pitch where Josh would have to.
No, they were well off the pitch. He moved them again. Another single taken. North Kildare underway.
Just up 10.
This one goes through to the keeper. Keeper standing up. Singh and Kandwal opening the batting for North Kildare. Dubey suffering the first boundary off his bowling. Tough to get yourself up for a second game of T20, especially when the first one has been such a thriller, such an adrenaline ride. Pembroke underway. Dot ball, one to come in the over. It's a good length. It's up in the air and it's into the gardens, and that is the first maximum of the day. 12 off the first over. A fine start for North Kildare. As I say, if Pembroke win this game, it's win and in as far as they're concerned for the Whelan Cup. Back down instalment. 79 required from 49 balls. 5 wickets in hand. Two umpires at the same end. That usually indicates trouble of some sort. New ball comes out from the scorer's hut. Becker's barn. 12 off the first over. Singh off to an absolute flyer. Talak is on 34 and Dubé on 2 out instalment on off 12 overs. India 77 for 5. Mundra 3 for 19 off 3 overs. Fabulous stuff from him. Hollard picking up a wicket, 1 for 16 off 3. McCarthy 2 overs for 7 and Tector 2 overs for 14. Going quite well for Ireland there. Can they complete a clean sweep? I wonder how many people were in with Paddy Power backing an Irish clean sweep against the world champions and #1 ranked side in the world. India deciding to leave the 15-year-old out again. And in Malahide, Pembroke going along quite nicely. 3 Malahide wickets have fallen. Keeper well down the leg side. Couple of wides added to the total. It's the same opening partnership we saw bowling for Pembroke in the first game. Dubé and Sheikh. There was, as the Marshals head off. The family unit. Mummy, daddy and child. Oh, good ball getting past the inside edge of Singh's bat. He's annoyed at himself for that one. This one is in the air. And it drops to the ground where Jitu and his tail. Jitu with the towel hanging out the back. Blue tracksuit bottoms today. A late call-up, a replacement for the injured hero of the first game, Brendan Ferris. Sliding past the batsman, another wide. And another one. Third delivery to be bowled wide. Just needs to start those slightly outside off. And then he could pose real problems. There we go.
Far open.
Another dot ball. Batsman complaining about the wide. There's no point complaining, mate. You're not going to make the umpire change his mind. Once the decision is made, the decision is made. Carry on. Candwell not happy, but his bat was outside the ball. And the ball was inside the blue line. Again, this time, chases after it, and they do get through for the single. But that's 2 overs gone. The score 18 for 1, 18 without loss. It's a tough ask for the Pembroke players to lift themselves for another game. The first game would have caused an awful lot of adrenaline to be running through bodies, especially that of the hero of the hour, Brendan Ferris. Brendan, who pulled a hamstring whilst opening the batting. Had to go with the pulled groin yesterday. And now Dubé will bowl his second over, hopefully with more success than his first, which went for 12 runs. The wind still keeping the flag fully erect, and the clouds still passing by without dropping too much precipitation down here at Sydney Parade. Big blowout to Cal, clears the fielder inside the ring, but will be stopped before the boundary. 2 runs saved. Candwell picking up 2 more. So far, the North Kildare batsmen have enjoyed the aerial route.
Wrong timing, lads. Keep it on though. Wrong timing. No problem. Keep it going, Pembroke.
Karanjay Dubé doesn't seem overly happy with something with his legs. Oh, good swinging ball back into the batsman. He watched it very well before playing it round to the leg side. Square leg fielder.
Cup seems to be on fire, right?
Well, changing the field. Perhaps another man to the leg side. Another big blow, another one in the air, and the fielder won't get to that, and it's gone into the gardens, and that will require another ball and another maximum for Singh. He has enjoyed going aerial. He has enjoyed that side of the ground. Big news in international cricket, as reported on social media. It appears Ben Stokes has announced his international retirement. He's announced his retirement from international cricket during the ongoing 3rd Test with New Zealand. Came back for 1 game after his suspension, after the second nightclub incident that he was involved in. And once the captain's gone, one has to wonder, will England stick with the same coach? McCullum's position must very much be in doubt. Bazball burst onto the scene, but cricket, as it so often does, has caught up with it. And now Stokes, I don't know whether it's a body thing or what, but he has announced his retirement. It'll be interesting to see who England turn to next. It was such an inexperienced team they put out for the 2nd Test against New Zealand, where Joe Root not only was the leading run scorer in the England side, which was no surprise, but he was also the leading wicket taker in the England side. So it'll be interesting to see how England move forward after this series with New Zealand. Meanwhile, in Stormont, India now 95 for 5. They need 60 from 6 overs. They do have 5 wickets in hand. And we'll keep an eye on that T20 up in Belfast. Dubé going wide on this occasion. No surprise after the 6 that he went for the line outside off. Missed it by, well, missed the white line outside off.
Sounds like Lorcan took a stunner to get the
There's 5 down, is there?
99 for 5. Hollard picking up the 5th wicket. 3 for Moondra, 1 for Hollard, and 1 run out. This one, again, leaving it outside off, doesn't mind the single. Singh moves on to 19 from just 10 deliveries. Paranjay expended so much energy in that first game. Doing well to keep going. One ball left in the third over. North Kildare off to a bit of a flyer. 29. No wickets down. Where Pembroke were good in the first game was being tight on the openers in the middle order. That's well bowled. Won't mind the single. And that is the third over up with the score on 30. 12 coming from that over. Wicketkeeper changes end at pace. Batsman still chatting in the middle, discussing where the gaps are. Sheikh then to bowl his second over. Malahide now require the guts of 200, well certainly 190, 195 to be exact in 30 overs. Malahide.
Malahide require.
Yeah. Sheikh again, slipping down the wrong side. Oh, and the keeper nearly affecting the run out. Instead, it will be 2 onto the total. Well, that would have been tight. Better ball from Sheikh. Keeping the batsman on his toes. This one played into the offside for the single. And perhaps they decided against it in the end. Fielder in on it quickly. Always show intent. Always keep moving in the field. Big blow. It is up there. And it beats the fielder and makes it to the fence. 4 runs. It was in the air. Sheikh putting his hands on his head. Fielder there trying to stay inside the ring, but now forced back to the boundary. There's a man at third man as well. And he's given it. Caught down the leg side. The first wicket falls with the score on 35. And the first wicket falls in the 4th over. Somewhat fortunate. Going down the leg side and just enough of a touch on it. And a plead with the umpire until finally the finger went up and he was sent on his way. Does look like a slightly weary fourth 11. New batsman to the crease. Handball disappearing because of that little flick there. .35 for 1 then in the fourth over. Sheikh picking up his first wicket. And there's the ball that goes the other way. And Mishra playing at it. Now to close out the fourth over, having taken the first wicket. This one attacking the stumps, but clipped away through the leg side. And it will just be a single. The idea of a second. Turned down by Singh. And that is the end of the over. 4 overs gone then. 36 on the board and the first wicket down. Wicketkeeper's still got a bounce in his step. It's tight, isn't it? And this is the level of production that Pembroke Cricket Live, thanks to Niall, can show. Nothing definitive without.
Oh, I want to. Oh, sorry.
Change of bowling now. Joydeep Roy, the stand-in skipper. Be delighted with the win in the first game. And there's the ball. It was tight, and the umpire deciding it was out.
Come on, Joy.
Into the pads. No appeal from the bowler or keeper, but there were appeals out in the field. But a dot ball to start. This one outside of off, lifted into the offside. Heads down the slope, but will be picked up inside the rope.
Good thinking, Joy. You get coming, boy. Joy, good thinking.
Oh, good ball from Roy. Had 2 attempts at hitting the stumps. Just onto the pads and spinning back. He did well to keep it out. And it's lifted in the air, but no fielder close enough to take advantage. And Mishra gets away with a fairly loose shot. India now require 46 from 4 overs. You wouldn't bet against them. Tilak on 48, not out. Dubé on 20. Roy expecting a big shot here now from Singh. He's enjoyed the leg side here. And that's a super delivery. Put it outside off.
Run cut down top.
He couldn't catch up to it. He just cannot afford to slip onto Singh's legs.
Go on, Joy.
Red.
There, he's let Singh
G2.
take an easy single. And that closes out the over. 5 overs gone then, and 40 for 1 is the score. 6 down now in Stormont. A wicket taken, and it's Dockrell taking the catch off the bowling of Humphreys, and he's gone for 20, 109 for 6. The equation there now, 46 off 23, 4 wickets remaining. Here it's 40 for 1 off 5 overs. Run rate of 8 and over. And we're now into the last over before. The last over of the power play before the field can spread. Attacking the stumps. And the attempted throw not that far away from the stumps. Singh safely making, or Misra will now be striking. Singh just about making his ground. And it was a big swing of the bat. A nice piece of fielding, one-handed pick up and throw. A two-handed throw would have been interesting. This one has come off an edge. It's gone up in the air. Loads of people are calling for this, and the keeper does. And he takes his first catch for Pembroke at Sydney Parade, and a fine catch. Made a good bit of distance. And the man with the gloves, he claimed it. And that's the second wicket to fall in the 6th over. And the score 41 for 2 as Misra departs after a leading edge to the bowling of Sheikh. Still keeping a very close eye on things in Stormont and also in Malahide. Malahide have reached 97 for 3 off 23 overs. And India now 110 for 6. They need another 45 runs from 3.5 overs. And just 4 wickets left as we see the replay of the catch by the keeper. That's one Mum back in Joburg will enjoy. New man to the crease. Left-hander. Left-hander looking for a leg stump guard.
Just the wind probability graph.
Ah, changing all the time.
Staying very flat in the first innings. Not much trouble.
Good bit of sunshine here in Sydney Parade to close out this weekend. And Nayak. The left-hander. He'll be looking to free his arms and increase the scoring rate for North Kildare. It was up at 10 and over at one stage. Pembroke have pulled it back, and that's a lovely delivery from Sheikh, causing the batsman no end of difficulties. Squared him up. You see here just how confused he got. He didn't know how to play that one. 2 number 10s on the field for North Kildare thirds. This one fired down the leg side. Would have been a good ball to a right-hander. Unfortunately, it was a left-hander facing. And so another one added to the total. Nice bit of blue sky above Sydney Parade at the moment, and long may that continue. Wind definitely coming from the west-southwest. As the straight shot from Nyack finds the fielder. Another ball attacking the stumps. Another one that Nyack turns the single down on. And that is the end of the over. 6 gone then, 42. Just 2 runs and a wicket coming from that over. And I do feel that the skipper noticed that Paranjay was struggling a little, whether it be with energy or just an injury.
6 for India. Sharma's on to 55. 38 off 70.
38 off 17 required by India to square the series instalment. And here, well, the equation is clear for Pembroke fourths. A win here would see them into the semi-finals of the Whelan Cup. Looking for a full length there. And Keegan Ship with a super stop down in Michael Sharp corner. That's definitely 3 runs saved, that's for sure. You could see Roy searching for the longer length, going a little too far, but Keegan Ship making absolutely certain that that ball did not find the boundary. First over outside the power play now. The field could spread a little more.
Yeah. 6 and 8.
India now 117 for 7. They need 38 from just 16 balls. Tilak out for 55. Good ball from Roy. And the fielder's close enough to stop any thought of a single for that shot. India 7 down. They really have struggled batting on Irish pitches, that is for sure. Liam McCarthy, 4 overs for 22 runs. You see, this is what's going to happen. Oh, just over the top of the stumps. Take to 3 overs for 22. McCarthy, 4 overs for 22. Hollard into his 4th over now. He's taken 2 for 22 so far. Humphreys 1 for 28. And Mundra still has an over left. And he's 19 runs conceded and 3 wickets taken. This one powered out into the offside. There is a fielder out there. You can tell it's G2 because of the tail. And the Gavin Hoey tail, a towel tucked in behind him. Nyack having to lean over his pad to tie his shoelaces. The old story of should have got his mum to do it before he left the house. Another good ball from the skipper. Fields off his own bowling.
keep pressing, Pembroke. Bring the wicket, Sky, come on now.
This time, just edging it down to third. Fielder there in front of the clubhouse. Means no more are taken than that. Good over from the skipper. Just 4 coming from it. He's bowled 2 overs for 8 runs. And the score after 7 overs, 46 for 2. .35 required now from 15. In Stormont, Ireland on the brink of a series win against India, going from a stage whereby they'd never won against India in any format. And an 8th wicket has fallen. Hollard picks up another wicket. His third, 3 for 26 for him. And with 2 wickets left, India still require 34 runs from 13 deliveries, but only 2 wickets left. As I say, they are having trouble adapting to Irish batting conditions.
Are the English watching and changing their wicket preparation tactics?
Well,
Or do they want Rhodes as well to just have a run fast?
change of bowling here. Barad. Well, it'll be interesting to see what England do want, because they're going to be picking a new captain. Played away on this occasion by Nyack. They pick up a single. That will bring the attacking Singh back on strike. Singh, who does seem to like the leg side. But he's going along at a very nice rate. About 150, isn't it? 7.5. Yeah, just over 150. G2 going down to third, and change in the field. Just pushed in front of him. It's a drop and run almost. And another single that will bring Nyack back on strike. 3 off 10 for him so far. He just hasn't found one in his arc yet. He can catch that up very quickly, one would suggest. Tough day for Pembroke today. Plenty of teams out and about, including the first 11. There we go. The big shot comes. There is a fielder underneath it, and he has taken the catch. And that is a 3rd wicket down. Nyack, he was 3 off 10. You knew that the frustration was there, that he was going to want to take on the bowling. The ball just sliding off the bat. And a neat catch taken in the outfield. The delight of the bowler, evident for all to see. Brad picks up his first wicket. Third wicket falls with 48 on the board. Once again, following the pattern of the first game today, where Pembroke kept it tight at the top of the innings. This has been lifted down towards third. It will bounce its way down to the fielder. And a single taken.
Rana hits 4-6. 22 off 8.
22 off 8. Still well within India's compass, that one. Oh, much slower ball, and it's just spooned down to long on. It'll be a single. Live scoring, still trying to work out who the new batsman is. And there we go. Just slides off the edge of the bat. And the fielder, he had to cover a bit of ground to get there, steady himself. And the catch was taken behind the non-striker.
Can't see him behind the non-striker.
Yeah.
See the hat flying off with his hat.
133 for 8, India now. 134 for 8. They need 21 from 7. And as I say, it's not beyond the bounds of possibility. But like every Irish cricket supporter out there, really be hoping that Ireland can seal victory in the second T20 as well. The amount of ranking points they're going to gain is going to be quite incredible if they do. 50 for 3, 50 up after 8 overs.
Come on, Joy, come on, Joy.
Might be Harry Tector to defend 20 off the last over.
Nicely done, Saket.
The single taken here at Sydney Parade. Who will bowl the final over for Ireland? It looks like it will be Harry Tector, or could they introduce a new bowler at this stage? That would be a brave move by the skipper, Whelan Cup, a man who has led Ireland so well in this series, these 2 games. Led with the bat on Friday, but his captaincy as well has been heavily complimented on how he has led the team. Sing and sing. This is M. Quite willing to take the dot ball. Already halfway through his 3rd over. Again, wide delivery, and it's cut away this time, and that will probably find the rope. And you'll see the ball give a little hop. Oh, no, it hasn't gone. And they're running back for another. The batsman obviously thought it had gone as well because he threw his glove on the ground. 3 runs. Meanwhile, in Stormont.
Harry Tector defending 20. Starts with wide single. 18 off 5. 15 off 5. Harry to manage that.
Building up to a real thriller at Stormont.
Harry, no ball, 2 runs.
Ugh. G Singh now facing the heavier scoring of the 2 Singhs thus far. And he clips this one around the corner and will pick up a single. It won't mind the singles too much. At this stage, it's the boundaries they're trying to avoid. Roy bowling very well here. Just one ball away from 3 overs worth. Bale falling off at the far end. Oh, if there'd been a slip in place. But it's T20. You don't expect there to be a slip there. They pick up another single, and with 9 overs gone, 56 for 3, North Kildare.
Went for 4, not 6. 11 off 4.
As much as we saw the heroics of Brendan Ferris in the previous game, India are going to achieve something similar. They need 11 from 4. Just 2 wickets remaining.
Oh, and it was an edge. Thin edge through the keeper's legs.
Oh,
For 4.
oh. Well, it's an absolute thriller for those people who made the journey up to Stormont. Hope you're enjoying that game. Here, the 4th into the 10th over. This one does beat the keeper. Beats everybody and makes it down to the sight screen where it rattles around like a pinball. That one adding to the North Kildare total.
Slip off a hand, sorry.
60 for 3. Malahide, they're 119 for 4 now. Jeremy Martin's 46 not out, but David O'Halloran has gone to a catch behind off Joe Prendergast. Barrett with a good ball. The fielder making absolute sure that he stopped that one. Big blow, but it's gone aerial. There is a fielder underneath it. He's trying to steady himself. He does a good job and picks up the 4th wicket as M. Singh departs. He'd scored 5 off 7. The 8th ball he faced, well, it was his undoing. He went for it, and the score 60 for 4 now. Barrett picks up his 2nd. Nine to win off 3. Whatever website Niall is using is quicker than mine. And here is the wicket to fall wide of off stump. He's dragged it round to the leg side, but he's gone aerial as well. He's given up before his partner even starts running. Even if he hadn't caught that, I suspect there would have been a run out. The batsman was that disappointed, and he's on his way back to the pavilion. 4th wicket goes down with the score on 60. The man who had scored 5 on the scoreboard, number 5, he departs. And the opener still there on 27. But he'll be joined by yet another partner. Malhan is the new man to the crease. The batsman obviously hadn't watched the first game here, otherwise he'd have saw that Pembroke are well capable of putting down a catch like that. But on this occasion they made it safely. Safe hands.
8 off 2.
8 off 1.
Oh, really?
As I say, his phone's quicker than mine. You're better off with him.
8 off 1.
So India need 8 from 1 delivery.
Was a wicket.
Oh, so they won.
No.
Oh, the previous ball was a wicket.
Yeah. It was 8 off 2, and Tim takes a catch off Harry.
Excellent.
Get rid of around and scored the run. So the number 11 has to figure out how to get a no ball or a wide.
This is.
Oh, that one right up on the pads, but the bat got in the way and it slipped round the side, and the score moves on to 60 for 4. There will be jubilation in Belfast if they can keep
Just one ball.
1 ball remaining. India need 8.
And the number 11 facing it.
They need snookers.
Oh,
1 wide and a 6 would see them tie.
stop
6. Number 11 hits for 6. Ireland wins by 1 run.
Well, there you go. Ireland have won by 1 run after the number 11 came in and hit the final ball for 6. India needed 8 off that last ball. They took the 6 and they have fallen by 1 run. And the world champions have lost a series to Ireland 2-0.
But you wouldn't know what sort of a ball Harry could have.
Seagull is outside.
Dibbly doubly. Anything to get out.
Seagull is outside.
As
Africa
Niall
going
would say,
right.
to get out of the over.
Niall wouldn't say.
O'Brien. O'Brien.
So Ireland victorious instalment.
Badhiya, badhiya, Jitu. Well done, Jitu.
2 wins over the world champions. They'd never beaten in any format before, and now they have won 2 in a row and won the series instalment. Many congratulations to Lorcan Tucker and to the rest of the Irish team. Back here at Sydney Parade, we're into the second half now of this innings, 60 for 4. The run rate's fine. It's the wickets lost that North Kildare will be concerned about. That one didn't sound great off the bat. It was smacked and it will reach the boundary, but it certainly didn't come off the middle of the bat. But Singh continues on his merry way. Meanwhile, in Malahide, score has moved on to 133 for 4 in pursuit of 271 for 9. Required rate there now over 7 and over for Malahide. G2 and his tail coming into bowl. Oh, nicely cut back. Meant it took the inside of the bat and got no strength into the shot at all. Another one goes out into the deep space. The fielder fumbles it, but they get through for another run. Cube of ice wouldn't go amiss, I suspect. 6 off the over so far. G2 came into the side with the hamstring problems of Brendan Ferris. He drops out of the 11 for this game, and G2 straight into the bowling. 7 coming from his first 5 deliveries. I'm okay at the moment.
Ireland have brought a halt. Brought to a halt. Grinding halt. India's streak of 16 consecutive T20I series wins.
Well, you'll never beat the Irish has never been more appropriate. And this one played away to short third. It beats the fielder and makes it to the rope. And that's a shame. That shouldn't have happened, but it gets the new batsman off the mark and the score moves on to 71 for 4 after 11. G2 most unfortunate there. It shouldn't have even been a single. Instead, it's 4 runs to North Kildare, and they move on 71 for 4 off 11 overs. Meanwhile, Malahide have moved on to 241 for 4 off 31. They have 20 overs in which to get 131. The batsman in, doing very well. Gregory forward on 24, but Jeremy Martins has reached his half century. And congratulations to him.
4 wickets down, is it?
This is 4, yep. Singh's still there. He opened the innings. He's on 34 now. Big swing of the bat, no footwork. Could I get an orange out of that, please? Thank you. Full toss dispatched as it deserved to be. Goes for 4. Barad has been a good wicket taker today, but on this occasion he just let that one go a bit too far, a bit too full, turned it into a full toss. And Singh, well, he's on 38 off 27 as a result. He wasn't going to miss out there. You can see how well Barad has bowled so far. His figures would be 2 for 4, apart from that boundary. And then he concedes back-to-back boundaries. And now it's 2 for 12 off 2.5. Nice shot this. Not overhit, just placed away and through the gap and found the fence.
And you've game on Tuesday, is it? Oh, it's away, is it? Yeah. And that's Thursday, I'll hide away.
Yes. Another boundary. And suddenly the acceleration has come. It gets past the keeper. And again the fielder unable to make it. 84 for 4, an expensive over for Barad. 13 coming from this. These two batsmen have decided to take on Barad this over, and they finish with a single. And a very good over. 14 coming from it. 85 for 4 from 12. A run rate that suggests a total of 140.
Tuesday, women's threes versus Rush.
It's quite amusing there that
Wednesday, women's twos versus North Kildare. Saturday, Sunday, the ones versus civil service, the ones versus the hills.
That's on Sunday, is it?
Yeah.
It's even up there.
so the women's seconds and thirds playing during the week here at Sydney Parade. And then next weekend, another double weekend for the first 11 playing civil service on Saturday. And the Leinster Senior Cup game against the Hills on Sunday.
Good set, Zaket.
Nice bit of fielding in the ring,
Good one on that. Good set, boy.
making the effort, getting there as G2.
We've picked a few more viewers back up, probably including Harish, commenting about the historic 2-0 win.
Oh, there'll be plenty of comments about the 2-0 win now, I'd say. But now attention turns back to the game at hand. The fourths. The fourths just one win away from a semi-final place in the Whelan Cup. Oh, it wasn't too far away from the bottom of the bat. Could have flown into the keeper's hands there, but instead just arrived at the keeper's hands and given as a wide. G2, as I say, into the side for this second game. This one in the air. But Kartik does a good job.
Good stuff, good stuff. Jito, no problem. No problem.
But it brings Singh down to the non-striker's end. He's on 44 now, exactly half of the North Kildare total. One man responsible. Umpire keeping a close eye on how many men inside and outside the circle. G2 goes short. And what a catch by Keegan Shipp. What a fabulous catch. And that is the end of Malhan. His innings comes to an end as a result of a super catch at square leg, lifted round the corner to him, and another wicket falls, and the score 88. G2 makes the breakthrough. Another good partnership for North Kildare of 28, but here it is, pulled round the corner. He thought he was safe, and you can see, well, both batsmen looking at it, and the look of disappointment on the face of the departing batsman. Just a little aerial and a nice running catch along the boundary, and he takes a super catch. Even Gordon Clark absolutely delighted, leaping to his feet on the sideline. He'll do himself an injury doing that sort of thing.
Do yourself a mischief.
A mischief indeed. 88 for 5, 12 and a half overs gone. And Pembroke with a real chance of putting the squeeze on now. This one just pulled around the corner. And as I say, super running catch by Keegan Shipp. And a super leap to his feet by non-playing captain Gordon Clark. That brings Ahmed to the crease. He's going to take a lead stump guard. And how Pembroke would love to get rid of Singh at this stage. But he's hanging around. He's keeping this innings together. Harish very impressed by Lorcan's captaincy in Belfast today. Harish. Good ball from G2. Ahmed very watchful of his first delivery. The one down to the open spaces. But the fielder will pick it up. Kartik doing a good job out there. Brings it in.
Great work, Kartik. Good hustle, good hustle. Nice one, Tisha, come on, bring the wicket now.
Goes wide on that. The umpire's arms were ready to signal a wide, but the batsman toes it out square. And they'll just pick up one. And that is 13 overs gone. The score has moved on to 91 for 5.
This is the catch.
And here it is. The wicket to fall to G2's bowling. Thankfully, Keegan Shipp with very safe hands and Gordon Clark absolutely giving that one out. Run rate stubbornly staying at 7 and over. But with 5 wickets down, Pembroke do have the opportunity now to put some pressure on the North Kildare batsman. That's 6 now, so yeah. Do you want to... Single taken down the ground, and I'll be with you in just a moment.
Bring it forward, get the wicket now. Come on, Saket, come on, Saket. Watch the batsman, come on.
Well taken by the keeper, preventing anything other than just the one wide. Barad into his 4th final over. Just 3 balls remaining in his spell. 2 for 20 so far. Again, neat piece of keeping. He's a good keeper, this lad. Nicknamed Tony by Danny Hogan on the 2s. This one in the air. Lands short of the fielder, but there'll be no boundary, not with Keegan Shipp there. Doing a fine job in the field. Wicket has fallen in Malahide. Jeremy Martin's still there, but now joined by Matthew Ford. Gregory Ford departed. Court Tector J. And bowled by Sheriff. 160 for 5 now. Malahide, they need 92. 92 from 16. Well within the range of possibility.
And these leaving the donuts. Bring home whatever else you want.
14 overs gone. 95 for 5. Barad now 2 for 22 from his 4 overs. Good day's work from him. Let's hope he doesn't have to bat. Six overs remaining in the North Kildare innings. The run rate has dropped below 7. It's been up at 7 for so long. But now with Ahmed just to the crease. Again, one off the toe of the bat. There is a fielder covering the boundary down there, and that will just be a single. Not a bad start for G2. This one hit in the air, but again, it will safety land well before the fielder. Singles pretty much okay from a Pembroke point of view.
I'm starting to feel like I've had enough, and we still have another innings to go.
Yeah.
Imagine with 3 of these in a day, it's like.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I could do 3 in a day, no.
This bit was struggle.
Certainly not by myself anyway. Well clipped around the corner, straight to the fielder, so no boundary, just another single.
Yes, I had fun making Cricket Ireland pay me for maybe time and a half the time. I had to do 3 in a day because we'd lost scorers. Down to 2 of us for the day, and I was like, no, you're meant to have 3, you're paying the same amount.
Another one not off the middle of the bat, but it will take Singh on to 47. He's on the brink of a half century. 4 singles from the first 4 balls. This is good bowling from G2. 99 for 5. Still a breezy day here at Sydney Parade, despite the sunlight. Oh my goodness, that is ugly. G2 just getting that one horribly wrong, and it's gone for 5 wides.
Good as the keeper has been, though. That one for him.
I think that might have hit the wickets on the mat. Went a long way wide.
It was wide though, not no ball.
Yeah, no, it hit the pitch.
But it went.
That's a shame. That really has made a mess of G2's figures. That's better. They're thinking of 2. And only one batsman willing to take 2. And the fielding keeps that one to a single. That brings G. Singh back on strike. He's just 3 short of a half century. Umpire signals dead ball as the cry of wait, 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 wait comes. Into the early evening now, past 6 o'clock. We've heard the bells ringing. Keegan Ship comes in a long way to field that one. It is the end of the over. Good over for North Kildare. 15 gone now and the score 106 for 5. Such a shame about those 5 wides. Takes an over that would have gone for 6 to one that went for 11.
No.
Another dead button on the control panel.
Yeah.
Dear crit clubs.
Projected scores.
Yeah. There is Singh. 48 off just 37 deliveries. 6 boundaries scored. Change of bowling now at the far end. Kartik S coming into the attack. This is the stage in the first game that Pembroke let the opposition get away with a lot. But it only set the stage for hero of the day, Brendan Ferris, to hobble to the middle, crack good few boundaries. Little plane making its way across Dublin. It's high, it's up there, and the fielder can do nothing but watch it cross the rope for the maximum. And that is Singh's half century. He is delighted, but not as delighted as his teammates on the sideline are. Good round of applause, and he moves on to 54. Here is the shot that brought him to 50. A swipe across, but he got enough on it. The fielder was interested for a moment, and then realised that, no, that one's made the rope. Back live. Another big swipe. This time just to the fielder on the rope. And just a single taken. This one in the air, lovely shot, cut down to third, wide third, and reaches the fence. Nothing anybody could do to stop that one. And a cracking shot. To paraphrase a famous Norwegian. This is quite good. Douglas Jardine, Spike Milligan, Vivian Lee, Sir Cliff Richard, Donald Crowhurst. Can you hear me? Your boys took one hell of a beating. Well, it's a good win and a series win for Ireland. But my goodness, didn't they take it close? Victory by 1 run in the second T20 instalment. And they will be cock-a-hoop in the Irish camp.
Warfare in the Indies.
First time in 16 series that India have lost a T20 series. And you certainly would have got good odds on Ireland being the ones to complete a 2-0 sweep. Another boundary makes this a very expensive over. 15 runs coming from it so far. And Kartik, perhaps another one suffering fatigue in a second T20 in the day.
Holy cow.
22 for 5. North Kildare now starting to look to put a very imposing total in front of Pembroke. These two came together with the score on 88. They've put on 34 together. And they continue on their merry way. Ahmed clipping it round the corner, and they're coming back for 2. And will do so at a gentle trot. And after 16 overs, the score 124 for 5. 18 coming from that over. And this is where I feel the fatigue of playing 2 T20s in one day are really starting to catch up with Pembroke. Singh has batted well, quite sensibly for his 55, and has gone along at a nice rate. Not quite 150, but certainly up in the 140s. .24 for 5. Pembroke in need of a wicket to break this partnership and to slow the scoring rate down. 7 3/4. 155 looking likely at this stage. G2 in for his final over. 28 coming from the first 3. He ruined the last over with 5 wides. That one hitting his hand, but only costing him a single. It's not his bowling hand, so won't be too concerned. Brings up there who's scoring at 150 at the moment. This one hit back towards the bowler. He lets it go down towards the boundary, lets them take the single. Won't be too upset at that. Again, it's not singles that will trouble Pembroke here, it's the boundaries. This one, the batsman can complain all he wants, the decision is made. No, it's in his head now. It's in his head. Is he concentrating on this ball, or is he waiting for... Oh, there we go. Big hoik at it. Now, it does pick up 4, but it wasn't off the middle of the bat by any stretch. But as I say, it's the boundaries that will cost Pembroke here far more than singles. Well, Malahide have 12 overs now to get 76 runs. Looks like a tight finish in the village. Again, gets back past the bowler. Another single, and that completes the over. And that completes the spell for G2. G2 1 for 35 from his 4 overs. And after 17 overs, 131 for 5. These two have been together now for 5 overs. And they have put on 43 runs.
Yeah, I was feeling like sitting down anyway. Check the Alan Murray regs. First to get an hour and 20 minutes to be ready to bowl the last over.
Hour and 20 minutes. $80 minutes. Yeah, it's 4 minutes and over. Yep.
Yeah.
During this innings, you get the feeling it's been
And that's
4 minutes between overs. Cowra back into the attack. He was so unfortunate in the first game. 2 catches put down off 2 deliveries. Successive deliveries. Just let down by his teammates a little bit there.
first we'll have people like Ollie Riley bowling in from 35 yards.
Yeah.
And having to get back there.
17 overs. 3 to go in this first innings of this second T20 of the day. It's been a long weekend. 4 T20s. It's in the air. And again, the fielder on the boundary keeps it. Oh, it's gone over the rope. He's done such a good job out there today. And again, perhaps the back injury playing a part in that. 4 off the first ball.
No, that'll be nice.
This one gets through to the keeper. .68 required. Malahide really going to beat the league leaders. They're making a good fist of it. Another 4. This score just keeps mounting. You can sense the fatigue of the Pembroke side. The adrenaline rush they'd have had at winning a very close game in the first T20 of the day, catching up with them now. A lot to ask. After 10 overs, North Kildare were 100 for 4. Oh, 60 for 4. They've added 71 in the next 7 overs. This one not going as far as perhaps Singh would have wanted. He's moved on 69.
Trying to do a blind.
Digs that one out nicely, sets off quickly for a run, quicker than the non-striker did. And he's going to come back for a second. At a walk. 10 off the first 5 balls. Both Niall and myself understanding the fatigue the fourths are feeling. We're feeling it too. It's been a long day. This one lifted down the ground. There is a fielder underneath it. He takes the catch. And finally, Singh departs. He goes for 71. Coolera finally finds a fielder who can catch. And the 6 wicket falls with the score on 141. And that's 41 plus 12, 53 partnership. Singh really looking to get on with it at this stage. .51 required by Malahide now, and still close to 11 overs remaining. Pembroke are going to have to do some serious work out in the village if they're to retain their unbeaten start to the season, as Pembroke celebrate the departure of Singh. You'd have to put Malahide ahead on that one now.
I don't know where it was coming. It was coming, but it's not coming at the same time. Come on, Joy!
Deepak Joy back to bowl the 19th over.
Catch!
Open third, no chance due to.
And it's gone for 4. Not quite the start that Roy was looking for, but again, you can just sense the fatigue amongst the Pembroke players. They really have suffered here today in this second game. 145 for 6. They're going to have to go somewhere when they're batting. Hayder, the new batsman, still finds himself at the non-striker's end. Ahmed now 23 off just 14 and a run rate close to 8.
Come on, G2, single! Mar!
Finally, Hayder gets a chance to face the bowling. That is Domino's Pizzas. Of course, other pizza companies are available, but Domino's delivering to Sydney Parade now. You haven't even ordered. All food deliveries must go via the gazebo. This one is a big shot up in the air, the fielder underneath it. He takes the catch. Hayder departs first ball. A 7th wicket has fallen with the score on 146. And Roy picks up his first wicket and the 7th wicket in the innings. Big hit, but he did slice underneath it. The fielder called it very early and made absolutely sure by keeping his body underneath the ball.
Really show I did not move.
Well, comes in and sits down safely with the ball in his hands. Just to repeat, no Brendan Ferris in the side for this afternoon's T20. He's had the green tarpaulin put around him and the bolt gun brought out. Hamstring and groin strain over a couple of days, plus his heroics in the first game. This one's in the air as well. There'll be no fielder there close enough to take the catch, and a single will result despite the pleas of the bowler. Well, that's the question. From what we saw in the first game, one would suggest that the chase will be very difficult without Ferris's flailing bat. This one, full toss, another cry of catch. There'll be no catch there. There will be a boundary. And that will bring up 150 for North Kildare. They still have 7 more balls with which to add to that total. Lovely summer's evening. Still a bit too breezy for my liking, but I'm fussy about that sort of thing. This one played to the fielder, who makes the mistake drops it down, but the mistake won't cost any further runs. They'd have got the single anyway. And with 19 overs gone, the score has moved on to 152. 11 coming from that, but the wicket did fall. 7 down. Last over of the North Kildare innings. They're at 8 and over. That suggests that they should get to 160. They'll want to get more than 160. Pembroke will want to keep them under 160. Which will it be? Ahmed and Ahmad are the two batsmen for North Kildare.
Am I good? Joy?
A few spectators have made their way down Sydney Parade. Not too many. Obviously the attractions of Stormont and Malahide taking priority. Oh, super ball from Sheikh to start the final over. $152 for 7. How much further can they take this target? And he's stumped. Sheikh picks up another wicket. It's the 8th one to fall. The score now 152 for 8. Sheikh picks up his 3rd wicket, 3 for 15. He has bowled exceptionally well today. Another day where you've been asked to play one exciting game. Well, the wicketkeeper doing an absolutely fabulous job again. His view would have been obscured by the swinging bat of the batsman, but he kept his head and he took off the bails. He's done well, the young lad behind the sticks today. Like everybody else, well, especially a wicketkeeper, you have to be alert all the time, every single ball. And he has certainly been so far. Four balls remain, 2 wickets remain. Inside edge, keeper again, nice and alert. He's done a super job, the young lad. I'm sure he's got a very proud mother back in Joburg. I hope she's tuned in and watching. And I hope she will subscribe to this channel in the hope of seeing her son play a few more games here on Pembroke Cricket Live. Malahide just need 38 now from 9 overs to knock off the league leaders. But what a weekend for Irish cricket. Both the men and the women doing a fabulous job. And another stumping, another wicket. He's on his way. Feet not grounded behind the line. He's given out, he's on his way. And that is the 9th wicket to fall with the score on 154. And Shank picks up his 4th of the innings. Through there, and the foot never behind, and the keeper, well, he took the bails. Batsman looked to square leg and then headed off. Everyone thought they were going to have to leave the field, but one ball remains, and it's the number 11, Mambi Narayanan, who has come in to bat.
Taking the pads off.
Probably had removed the pads, left-handed. One ball to go. And it's been a good over from Sheikh. He's conceded 2 runs through those wides, but he's picked up 2 wickets as North Kildare have really tried to find the rope in this last over. This one slashed out to the offside boundary. They run 1, they will attempt the 2nd, and they will get home for the 2nd. And they will end up on 156 for 9. And a target of 157 for the Pembroke side to chase down. That is the halfway mark. You'll excuse me if I take a break at this stage. We'll show you the cards later on. But for now, Pembroke need 157 to reach the semi-finals of the Whelan Cup. Well, the umpires have headed back out to the middle. The North Kildare fielders are spreading out the bunch, and we're entering. Please don't mistake the joy in my voice for joy about anything other than we're 20 overs from the end of a long weekend. 4 games of cricket. I mean, it's bad enough for the fourth, having played 2 in a row like this. Very fatiguing for them. We've had the situation whereby we've covered 4 games of T20 this weekend. It's meant early starts, late finishes.
We've been thanking the Hills for not bothering to play the last 10
It could have been 3 yesterday, yes. Well, Pembroke now require 157 for victory. Timing out batsman.
You can tell the neutrality is out the window. Good game's a quick game.
25 runs required by Malahide now in 5 overs to see them home against the league leaders Pembroke. On a day when Ireland have clinched a 2-0 series victory against India, having lost previous 8 T20s against them. They've now won 2 in a row. Of course, all this will be forgotten and forgiven by the Indian population should they beat England. But Ireland absolutely cock a hoop at recording these victories. Some players have certainly enhanced their reputation, and I'd say Lorcan Tucker, one of those, taking over and named as permanent white ball captain. And he has led his side to a series victory against India, something that will stay with him for the rest of his life. Many congratulations to all the Irish players involved over the 2 games, and those in the squad as well. The future is bright. Ahmed, we saw him with the bat, and now here he is, left arm over, full toss to start with. And they get through quickly for the first run, Keegan Shipp. Keegan, of course, was unfortunate enough to receive the ball of the innings in the first game, and he was out first ball, so he'll be looking now to improve on that. And I'm sure his mother is sat in the chair just watching. Well, will she watch, or will she keep her eyes closed for this first delivery? Close up of the seagull as Keegan Shipp faces his first delivery. And it's a wide down the leg side. This one outside off. Mother can now open her eyes. He's survived the first ball. Very open stance to the left-hander. And a nice shot. Gets past the fielder. They'll pick up 1. And he's off the mark. Pitched outside leg, hit him outside leg, was missing leg. But of course, once it wraps into the pads, it brings forth all sorts of appeals. You can see here, there's no way that's going to hit the stumps. And it's a strange appeal by the bowler. Pitched outside leg. You could see all 3 stumps. It wasn't going to hit the stumps. Bowler overcorrecting and going wide, and now the bowler's unhappy and is giving it the double teapot for the wide, but there's no doubt that went past the blue line. Perhaps he's just upset that he has to bowl an 8-ball over. That's a much better delivery coming back into the right-hander. And it's gone to the boundary. The fielder, well, he'll be disappointed with that, but not as disappointed as the bowler will be. First boundary of the innings. Roy driving this one down the ground, but it took the fielder's mistake. It is bobbling as it comes down, but he should have done better than that. He should have got his foot behind it. Instead, it made its way to the boundary. Another one pushed wide. Another one that has his hand on top of his head, but he gets to the end of his over and score 8 without loss. Umpire and captain having words.
Want to guess what stream this is of the year?
I'm sure you're going to tell me. 41. We've covered 41 games. Sorry, you've covered 41 games. I don't think I've missed too many.
Not many.
We're on for a record-breaking year. The deeper the sides go in the cups, the more games get added. Off spin. Bowler not interested at all. But you know what? This is the first spinner we've seen today. Keegan pushing it round the corner. The cry is for 2, but there won't be 2 there. Ball gets returned in nicely.
You can tell they've no time limit when they don't bother with the spinners.
Yeah. Flag flapping all over the place at the moment. The wind was meant to drop at this stage of the evening. It is a pleasant evening. And again, we've done well to get through the weekend with no rain, or no rain of any substance.
No rain, no rain.
Well, that's a bit wide. Cried rate just under 8. Use your feet, Joy. Joy deep.
And the first.
And Pembroke's first 11 have fallen to their first defeat of the season. Malahide victorious in the village. That makes next week's game against Civil Service all the more important. Second wide of the over.
Going to do that big 5 points.
This one cut for another single. Sethi going for 4 of his first 4 deliveries, courtesy of 2 wides. And another wide. Oh, not given on this occasion. Ship looking to sweep. Footwork keeping that ball from costing any runs. And that is the end of the second over. The score has moved on to 12 without loss. So just 18 overs remaining in the weekend's play. The countdown has begun, Niall.
Don't mind if they chase it 10 overs or get bowled out 10 overs. One or the other, please.
Seagull settling down at third man as Ahmed comes in for his second over. And across the right-hander.
Back up, boys.
Is this a shootout for the semi-final?
I don't know if it's a shootout for the semi-final, but I know that Pembroke win and in. But I'm not sure, and I don't know how up-to-date the Cricket Leinster draws are. Nice shot from Ship. And they get back for 2.
Yes.
Cut nicely away, nicely fielded, but can't prevent the single, but does prevent it going any further.
Bowling a messy, shabash, boys. On target, shabash. Keep going.
Yeah, it's a shootout.
Oh, an inside edge past the keeper. Nothing's going to stop that reaching the rope. 4 runs. And Pembroke won't mind how they come, so long as they come. Roy moves on to 10. Now trying to look at the other results from this group. I don't even know how many are in a group. Third man being moved straighter. Left-hander trying to set a field for an inside edge. That's a good ball. He's swinging it back into the right-hander very nicely indeed. But once again, Joy takes the single. Brings Ship back on to strike. And the miss hit by Ship brings him another single. He'll retain the strike, and after 3 overs, the score has moved on to 22 for naught. 10 off the over. Both batsmen have faced 9 deliveries. Exactly half of the overs. Half of the deliveries each shared equally. Ship on 6, Roy on 11.
Must be a shootout.
Straight back to the bowler. A nice straight back bat from Ship. Get something on it. I think it might be leg byes.
Yeah. That's the answer to that. We're going back.
Gazebo moving in the wind. Excuse my absence. 2 overs left. Two balls left in the 4th over. Another single taken. 6 off the over so far. 1 ball to go. Keegan Ship to face. Required rate just short of 8, but they're going along at 7 1/3, so not too far behind. The idea here for Pembroke is to take it deep now. Plays that nicely into a gap. Knows that there's safe runs there. And they get through. 4 overs then gone. 7 from that over. 27 without loss. Many thanks to the 13 of you who have remained with us. Right, Pembroke 16 overs, and they have to score 8 and over to get the 128 they need to win this game. Change of bowling now at the St John's end. Singh G. We saw him earlier on starring with the bat. A fine innings it was from him. Pembroke needing to take this deep over the first number of overs. Set themselves up for a good assault at the end. What they don't want to do is lose 4 or 5 wickets before 10 overs. Talk about 3 in the power play. Well, Pembroke don't really want to lose 3 in the first 10, and that will enable them then to really chase after the target in the second 10.
Get the suit out. It's like I'm sure I would fall asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, well kept, yeah, well kept, boy. Mr.
Keeper
Excellent,
does
boy.
well to get round to that one.
Shabash, shabash, well there, boy. Mr. Good kept.
I think we're slow here. Terranier thirds and Tyrrellstown haven't even entered the second innings yet. Nice shot by Singh. Ship, but he finds Singh M in the field. Cracking shot though, came off the bat well, but certainly put the fielder on his behind. This time it hits the bowler's foot and goes off sideways, completely fooling the cameraman. The foot just diverging it and sending all players the wrong way, and it lets them get through for the single. Just one run off the first 4 balls. That is middle. Move on. Feeney and McCarthy back from Belfast. Jubilant mood, unsurprisingly. And again, another dot ball for Singh. Oh. Roy really trying to put some power on that. And after 5 overs then, just 2 off that over, 31 without loss. And the opening pair nearly seeing Pembroke through to the end of the power play. Sun starting to come in, like it does on those midweek games. .31 without loss off 5. Sun starting to play havoc here in the gazebo. And indeed, the light playing havoc with the cameras. Another change of bowling. Hayder coming on from the nursery end. Just the 2 overs from Sethi. But it appears to be more spin on the way. Oh, that's fine at the moment. Roy finding the bowler's hands, even with the firmly struck shot. Next broadcast will be on Tuesday evening, when the women's thirds will be playing rush. Nicely cut away, but again, fielder on the rope, keeps it to a single. These two still sharing the deliveries equally. No run taken on this occasion. The fielder in the circle doing a super job. of keeping the runs down. Well, there's a mix-up, and he's missed the stumps from a foot away. Wow, I don't know what happened there, what the communication was, but it wasn't good. Well, how did he miss from there? They stopped, they went back, they decided to go, and the bowler from there, well, how could he miss from there? This time, no run taken. Another
good ones of those, but that's up there.
This time he avoids the fielder in the ring, but finds the fielder on the rope. It's just another single. Good over for North Kildare, just 4 coming from it. 35 without loss. They get through another over. Those of you who have stuck with us all weekend, well, God bless your endurance. Umpire tying a batsman's shoelaces. Another one who should have had his mum do it before he left home.
This side, Burhan, this side. Don't worry about the game. Aja, aja, aja. Go, aja. Bas, bas. Koi nahi.
14 overs remain in the day. It should be less than an hour to go. Ship going long and straight. Picks up another single. Gets the idea Keegan will be feeling a bit happier about the second game innings than he was in the first. Absolute Jaffa of delivery in the first for first up. This one signalled wide. G Singh, his first over, only went for 2 runs.
There's 4 runs behind you. Shabash. Good work.
Roy goes big this time. There is a fielder on the fence. He uses his footwork, and they go for 2, and Ship makes it safely.
Good hustle, boy. Or either Burhan. Take the ball.
Those are the sort of balls that Pembroke need to reach the boundary. Otherwise, this is going to get too big a job for the rest of the order.
Yes.
Full length ball. I don't think there's any point in appealing for that one. Roy again, hoiking it out to the leg side with the fielder in the ring. Can't prevent the single being taken. Pembroke reached 40. It has taken them 40 deliveries to get there. Well, that's better. Lovely, lovely shot from Keegan. He will feel so much better for having put that one away. That will take him to 19. And here is the replay of it. In his arc, and he just played that one away beautifully. And it goes in behind the trees. There'll be need to fetch another ball for that one, that is for sure. First real shot in anger, full follow through, and it went all the way. Didn't even attempt to run, and neither did his captain. Just came down to congratulate his partner. Score moves on to 46. One ball left in this, the 7th over. The umpire wants the ball, checks the ball, shows it to captain of the Pembroke side, and then we get on with play once again. Inside edge, flies away. Another boundary. And a good end to the over for Pembroke because it has brought the 50 up. And at a comparable stage, North Kildare were 46 for 2. So if anything, Pembroke an over ahead at the moment. But they have to keep going and they have to keep scoring. Good over for Pembroke. 15 coming from it. And the half century up now. There again is the classic 6. Shot of the innings. 7 overs gone. Drinks brought onto the field by non-playing captain.
5 penalty runs for time wasting.
Well, I hope they check with the umpire first. Why couldn't they have had the drinks while they were fetching another ball? Well, Brendan Ferris leaving the ground now on his bicycle. Gillian, he'll be home with you shortly, or there'll be a tangled mess on the rock road. Either way, his heroics in the first game, putting Pembroke in this position whereby win and in to the Whelan Cup semi-finals. Nicely fielded by Malhan. New bowler at the nursery end. Big hoik at that one. It was the right one to have a go at, but unfortunately didn't make contact. Two dot balls to begin this over. And a caught and bowled sees off the captain. He did very well, the bowler, to get down to that. And he takes the first wicket in the 8th over. And that is a 50 partnership, but Roy departs. He goes for 21. Just lifted it back to the bowler, trying to push it past him. Bowler got down very nicely to it and took the catch, and that's the end of Roy's contribution for today. 21 from 21. Ship 23 from 23. It's all sorts of symmetry. Oh, the fielder just getting in the way of that camera. Therefore, the bowler won't see the spectacular dive he put in, and he's taken his first wicket and has yet to concede a run. Nice catch. He's done a good job there, and he's taken the first wicket, and that brings Reddy to the crease now. Left-handed Reddy. Coming around the wicket to the left-hander. And it's 2 in 2. We saw it in the first game, 2 in 2. We see it again, and Reddy departs. And Mulholland now has 2 wickets without conceding a run. What an over this is for North Kildare, and you can understand their joy at seeing the end of Roy, and now Reddy cut it away. And the fielder just behind square leg, behind point, taking the catch. That's 2 in 2. And for the second time today, a Pembroke batsman has to face a hat-trick ball. Reddy departs first ball because of this. Carved away, and the catch taken, and taken well. Two in 2. The field nice and close now for the hat-trick ball. And it's just about kept out. We've seen plenty of opportunities for hat-tricks. I haven't seen any taken yet this year. The bowler couldn't have done much else. He put it on the stumps, and the batsman just deciding to keep it out on this occasion. Oh, it was very nearly a triple wicket maiden then, but it is a double wicket maiden, and that has swung at the pendulum of success very firmly in North Kildare's fashion. Pembroke were 50 for none at the beginning of that over. They'd taken 15 off the previous over, and this time, well, they've scored no runs and lost 2 wickets. Keegan Shipp now joined by another new partner. Just carved at that and gave the simplest of catches. Weather forecast told me that the wind was going to drop. It certainly has in the higher echelons of the sky. Clouds up there moving quite slowly. Down here the wind, well, it's really keeping us cool, that's for sure.
अजय थोड़ा पिछो ना कर आदिल आगे ना करो कोई गल नहीं
Hayder on for a second over. Spin working, that's for sure.
ठीक है शाबाश
The deal, Hayder. Saw him with the bat earlier on. Another seagull flies through the shot. And Keegan forces this one and gets the runs moving again. Fielders able to stop the boundary and keep it down to 1.
सेम रख सेम सेम
And
रख
that'll bring Cartag S.
आदिल इनु ज्यादा ढीली ना देई
On to strike.
शाबाश
106 required off. 1 ball short of 12 overs.
शाबाश एजे शाबाश गुलाब खेलो ना ध्यान नाल कम ऑन बॉयज going out there keep going
Seagull just hovering on the breeze ahead of me before he lands long on. Kartik finding trouble finding the bat, meeting the ball at the moment. Well, we've had some thrilling cricket here at Sydney Parade this weekend. And Kartik again unable to get the ball off the square. Seagull making friends with the Dougals. This one driven down the ground. Kartik finally off the mark, facing his 7th delivery. Good over for North Kildare, just another 2 coming from it. And in fact, that's 2 runs in the last 2 overs. That is not the rate that Pembroke needed, and in the required rate now, just nudging over 9.5. And that's why we took the wall down. Breeze picking up again. Chilly breeze. Kartik has gone big. It will fall between 2 fielders and get another single. Most people seem to have abandoned this game. That's Pembroke making it more and more difficult for them to reach their target. Still 103 required. Why? Yeah, just what are they chatting about, the batsmen? It's a strange one. Swings on this one around the corner, but there is a fielder out there. And guess what? It's another single. This appears to be death by 1,000 cuts. Not often I say to Simon, take me with you. Simon Heaney heading for the safety of home, as Keegan Ships decided that, well, boundaries need to be scored, so he takes one there and ruins Malhan's figures. 9 off the over so far, and he goes deep with that one, all the way down to Dale's shed, rattling against the door. Well run by Ship, well placed. That's the end of 10 overs. The score has moved on 62. A better over for Pembroke, 10 coming off it on this occasion. Nine and a half the required rate, which means that Pembroke need 95 from 10 overs.
Should just leave it on that shot.
That would tell you everything that's going on anyway.
At least just for the replays.
Keegan Shipp has moved on to 32 off just 28 deliveries. Doing his best to keep Pembroke in this game and take it deep. He's the one who's struck the sixes. Hayder again.
Oh yeah! Yeah!
It's been given not out. Step away from the umpire. He has made his decision. Get on with the game.
Okay, keep going.
Hit down the ground on this occasion. The fielder gets his hands down to the ground, keeps it to a single.
Okay. Yes. Oh, नहीं.
Hayder to continue. This time Kartik slapping it down the ground for a single. Brings Ship back onto strike. Again, big bat from Ship, but the man at square leg prevents the boundary. Just 3 singles thus far coming from this over. Big shot down the ground, and that hits the sight screens on the full. And hence the shaking of the camera. 6. In his arc, and he plays the shot, and it goes down the ground, and there's no point running for that one, as it brings forth 6 runs.
Very strange.
Yeah. Straight onto the sight screen. It's nearly to the camera pole itself. That is a super shot. That's what they need, Pembroke. First player not named Ship to hit a 6 for Pembroke in this innings. And then he misses the very next one. 6 and out. Third wicket falls with the score on 71. And Messenger departs. Just missing a straight one. He'd have been better off going for it once more, but he didn't. And as a result, he finds himself heading back to the pavilion. Partnership of 21 comes to an end. The third wicket falls with the score on 71. 71 for 3 off 11 overs.
You got any ideas about this one?
It's a shame the wicketkeeper gets in the way, but it's the way it loops up behind him that concerns. Makes me want to see it again from a different angle. Afternoon, Ed. Ed and Steve back. They were in Stormont today. And Ship plays another one square of the wicket for a single. So another new bowler comes on. And it's Kartik Yu who has come in to join Keegan Ship. Keegan Ship, though, keeping the lights going. Through and around from the left-hander. Ooh. And Kartik Yu is out stumped. And a fourth wicket falls. The score having only moved on 72. All going a little bit pear-shaped for Pembroke now. And the wicketkeeper doing a fine job, waiting for the ball, collecting it and seeing the end of Kartik Yu. Ship opening the innings. He's now on to his fifth partner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth partner. Kartik Yu came down the track in the hope of scoring and scoring quickly. It wasn't to be, and he departed after a short stay in the middle. Ship alert to the possibility. 2 more onto the total. It gets Barad off strike. Ship plays that one away, but there is a fielder out there who will keep it to a single. This game, well, Pembroke taking it deep, the required rate not climbing above 10 as yet. It does bring Barad to face his first delivery. Tossed up, outside off. And the dot ball. Game just sliding away from Pembroke at this stage. Seagulls enjoying their time at Sydney Parade today. Somewhat more than the Pembroke non-playing captain, one feels. This one goes down the ground. One ball left in the 12th over. Well, that's a super shot into the gardens off the roof of the pavilion, and Ship moves on to 42, and that ends the 12th over with 82 on the board. A wicket falling in the over though. Pembroke now 4 down. And it's Keegan Ship who's keeping the Pembroke flame lit. The flame of hope. Probably more a flicker at this stage, but it's Keegan Ship who's keeping it there. A long, long day for our spectators, our watchers, our viewers, and we thank every single one of you who has joined us today.
Oh, this is the last quarter time.
It is ball lost over the back, a new one having to come back in.
How much time do you think we allow them?
None.
'Cause I reckon by
At this stage, to bring 2 on, give 1 to the umpire, let's get on.
0 allowances, I reckon they got 6 minutes to finish.
My pulled pork awaits.
Actually, 4
So last 8 overs of the weekend, last 8 overs of this game. Pembroke needs 75. Barad's job here, quite obviously, is to get Keegan Ship onto strike. Dot ball. Three onto the total.
Shabash guys, back up, yeah. Shabash Adil.
Another wide stanced slap down the ground for a single. That'll bring Keegan onto strike.
Adil till nothing.
Full toss just comes off the edge of the swinging bat of Keegan Ship. Another dot ball. Wind picking up again. Flag still proudly flying. And that one is powered down the ground. And it will reach the boundary. And that will take Keegan Ship on to 46. Wide enough outside off to give him room to swing his arms, and the power of the shot meant that the fielder, even though he was there, wasn't there.
आदिल स्मार्ट करनी पड़ेगी थोड़ी इसको.
And he's bowled. He comes down the track to the spinner, and he disappears with the score on 90. And that's the end of Keegan Shipp's innings, but a fine innings, and he'll feel a lot better than he did when he was out first ball in the first game. But he'll be disappointed because his innings has come to an end, and possibly the hopes of Pembroke of reaching the Whelan Cup semi-finals disappearing with him at the same time. 46 off just 36. He felt the pressure of the scoreboard, of seeing so many partners, and he missed and they hit. And he goes when the score is on 90, and his contribution to that over half the total thus far, 46. Went for the big shot, it wasn't there. In fact, yoked himself by coming down the track.
Don't worry about it.
Paranjay Dubey is the new batsman. One ball left in the 13th over. Score on 90. And he gets off the mark first ball.
Okay, quick change, boys.
Brings Parad down to the non-striker's end for the new over. There was a bit of confusion as to whether there was a run there or not, and a neat bit of fielding, quite sensibly, just getting the ball back to the bowler. Knew he couldn't stop the single, didn't want to. He's happy enough with the way things are. So 91 for 5 off 13, and there's been a wicket in each of the last 3 overs. Keegan Shipp feeling the pressure of the scoreboard. Would have been nice for him to get the half century. It wasn't to be. Han on for his 3rd over. He's taken 2 for 11 so far. And it showed, once again, the value of taking the pace off the ball. Nice shot down the ground, but there is a fielder underneath it who has put it down. Barad getting away with one there, picks up the single. Really, he should have been gone. The fielder was in the right place. He had it covered. He got to the right place, but took his eyes off it at the last second, one feels, and it fell to the turf. Brings Dubey back on strike. He's 2 off 2. He also goes looking for the boundary, but again, the fielder is there, but they will get back for a second. I don't think North Kildare will be too concerned about singles and twos. Required rate once again, just over 9.5. It's going to take some innings by some Pembroke player to get them home at this stage. And he's been given out LBW. That is the end of Dubey. He goes LBW. Malhan picks up a 3rd wicket. And the score now 95 for 6. The Pembroke innings starting to subside now. $95 for 5. Wasn't much for the umpire to make a decision about there. That was out. Well, just 38 balls remain, 62 required. And Pembroke very much into the tail now. As Cowler comes out to bat. Oh, there's been a mix-up, and there's a run out. And the two batsmen, well, the miscommunication. And for the 4th over in a row, a wicket has fallen. And it's now 95 for 7. And it's gone horribly wrong for Pembroke. North Kildare jubilant, and why wouldn't they be? They are closing out this innings very nicely indeed. There was a call for a second. The first one wasn't run quickly. There was a no. There was a, oh, you're coming anyway, I'll have to go. And there was a, no, you are so many yards short that even throwing your bat to the ground wasn't going to make you ground. The disappointment of the batsman evident to all, and his disappointment with his partner before he heads off to the sideline with perhaps a few choice words. This will bring the wicketkeeper to the wicket now, nicknamed Tony by Danny Hogan, captain of the seconds. And we'll see how he goes now. 14 overs gone then, 96 for 7. Yeah, that's, yeah. That one takes an inside edge, goes out to square leg. They take one, and the young lad's taken on the second, and he makes it too. That's how you run quickly. Good sprinting power from the young Johannesburger.
Don't listen to the calls from the sideline.
Yes, the sideline, of course, always a dangerous, dangerous place to take your running calls from. Takes another single. You can certainly swing the bat, the young man. Pembroke on to 99 for 7. Parad 3 from 5. 3 from 6. Moipale, the wicketkeeper, he did a fine job behind the sticks in both games. Now finds himself with stick in hand
Lovely, lovely. Keep going, Chip. बढ़िया ball है. Keep going, Chip.
The batsman can make all the fuss he wants, but the not giving of a wide is not going to be the difference between these two teams.
Shabash. T20 bowling. क्या कर रहे हैं?
Big blow. Fielder right on the ground behind it, just a single. But it does bring up 100 for Pembroke in the 15th over, which is exactly the same time that North Kildare got there.
क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग?
Frantic run, miscommunication, but he got there in the end. Ball powered away. His non-striker said no, it's not his call. Wicketkeeper started to go back. They're both running to the same end, and then down to this end, and he safely got home. They need to work on their running. That is the end of the 15th over. The score is 101 for 7, although one wonders how they got there. Now, 5 overs remain. 5 overs in which they need to score 56 runs. I think Pembroke's hopes really resting on Moy Polley. Nicely swept around. Will just be a single. But it keeps his strike rate above 100. Whelan into his final over. 3 for 16. Really showing the pace, the value of taking pace off the ball in these T20s. That one hit down the ground, but the field well set and the fielder well set. Although he has misfielded that one and they get back for a second. Inside edge, and he's pulled it onto his own stumps, and the 8th wicket falls with the score on 104. Barad taking that one from wide and careering it into his leg stump, and the 8th wicket falls. I think at this stage the feeling is that Pembroke need a priest. Whelan has picked up his 4th wicket. He still has 3 balls remaining. He's looking for a 5-foot, I'm sure. Shake, the new batsman, coming in at number 10. And a boundary from his first delivery. Kept his eye, played with a straight bat and found the gap in the field, enabled it to get to the rope. The footwork of the fielder unable to prevent the boundary. 108 for 8. No, he still had his bat in. No. Bird interrupts play. And the young lad has to go. He was backing up a long way, looking for the extra runs. Don't blame him with the situation that Pembroke now find themselves in. But the 9th wicket falls, and good work by the fielder. Whereas one of the players couldn't hit the stumps from a foot away. He's managed to hit one stump from 10 yards away. And the umpire agrees with his appeal. The 9th wicket falls. I thought there was one there, realised there wasn't, tried to get back and didn't get his bat down in time. Didn't get it slid in, and that is 9 wickets down. And North Kildare cock a hoop. 1 ball left in the 16th over. And last man standing. Life scoring hasn't quite yet dealt with the run out. See, he goes for the, he realises there's a fielder there, goes to go back, but dead eye throw, and that is out. That's been 10 and 11 now, as Jisoo is the man who came in. Sheikh and G2. Mohan's figures then 4 for 23 from his 4 overs. 16 gone, 109 on the board. It's 109 for 9. Just 1 wicket remains. And even the ship's starting to pack up now. They go for the leg by, the wicketkeeper throws at the stumps, and the ball doesn't hit them, but the bowler's hand does. 12 and over are required. Just a gentle throw there would have been enough. Didn't need to be that firm, just needed to get to the bowler's hand safely. Don't worry now. I'm grand. Well, that was a better innings for him. At least he'll have a smile on his face now. Yeah. Dot ball.
Keep going. 1 more wicket, boys. 1 more wicket.
22 balls remain. 47 required. Big blow. There is a fielder there, but he's not going to get to it. It runs away to the boundary. 4 runs for G2. Wasn't even expecting to be playing today. And he has smacked that one down the ground. As much as the fielder was trying to get there, he couldn't. 4 onto the total. Well, if G2 sees them home now, it will be the win of all wins. It will be very remarkable chase.
One to come, Shabash, keep going.
2 balls left in the over. 2 left in the over.
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean, yeah?
The umpire was saying, you know. I thought umpire did this.
Yes. I don't mind leaning on the table.
It has to go up in a minute anyway, so.
Big blow. 2 fielders there. One stops the ball, the other one watches him, and it will just be a single to G2. He'll retain the strike with 3 overs to go. "18 balls remain, 42 runs required, 14 and over is the equation as Nambi Narayaran. His first over, 1 for 11. How they'd love him to take another wicket now. They go for a second. It could be another run out. It would be an apt way for this game to finish. And it has. G2 can't make his ground. And the game is over. Pembroke all out for 116. And on a day when the first 11 lost, the fourth 11 1-1. And they win by, well, a considerable margin in the end. I'm sure Niall will show you the cards. So the question appears to be that Pembroke won't make the semi-finals of the Whelan Cup. But we would thank you for joining us this weekend for any of the 4 games. And Pembroke won 2 of them. And now the Pembroke players going out to cover the pitch in the manner in which they were informed to do so. There is the North Kildare card. They managed to put up 156 for 9, and it's the score at the top of the card. Gulab Singh with 71 off 50 balls, and that was the main part of that big total that Pembroke then couldn't reach. Pembroke bowling figures. Well, Kartik S suffered, 18 coming from his 1 over, but Sheikh 4 for 19, the standout performer with the ball. Barad 2 for 22, and then wickets for Roy and a couple of the others. There's the Pembroke card. Well done, Keegan Shipp. He got a first baller in the first game today, but today he stood tall and scored 46 before scoreboard pressure forced him down the track, and he missed one that went onto his stumps. Nobody else really getting going, only 2 other players making double figures. 3 if you count extras, and Pembroke then ended up 40 runs short. So that's the end of today's broadcast. Many congratulations to Malhan for his 4 for 23, and Hayder 2 for 24, and 1 at the end there for 12. There were too many runouts. What's that, 7? 3 runouts? 3 runouts in that. No, you won't. There is the worm. Pembroke fell away at the end, just ran out of wickets and fell short of their target by 40 runs. So many thanks to Niall and to everybody on Pembroke Cricket Live. We've had a full and busy weekend, and the next broadcast will be on Tuesday, when the women's thirds will be entertaining Rush. On Thursday, the women's seconds will be entertaining North Kildare, and then next weekend it's a double weekend for the first 11 who will want to bounce back from defeat today in Malahide, when they play Civil Service on Saturday in the Premiership and the Hills on Sunday in the Leinster Senior Cup. So many thanks for joining us, and from me, Craig Senior, and us here at Pembroke Cricket Live, thank you and good night.